Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, special thank you to the M. Alex Broadcasting Company and Power 108.9, episode number 21. 21.
21 flavors.
We are coming up on almost a calendar year. We appreciate you, Mike. At the same time, 21, can you do something for me?
Do something for me, man. Welcome. Thank y'all for joining us on this Saturday morning.
Got a VIP in the house.
Yeah, man. My man, Cortez, the big homie. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? I appreciate you guys for allowing me to come on y'all platform, man. I've
Yeah.
been following you guys since episode 1, so
All love, thank you.
appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, man. You go back a little bit, man. Worked together back in the day.
Yes, sir.
Kept up with each other, and I see you know, you still rep them Braves. I'm still repping them too. On top of that, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off with this. Get it off my chest, man. It's been tough. I'm okay, but that first night I was not okay. What I will say to my Braves is this: great season. The accolades was amazing, all that kind of stuff. It was a fun ride, but there's no way that we should be out in this first round. No way. No way. Disappointing. I didn't like the fire. There was no fire. There was no backbone as far as barking back. They seemed intimidated. I just didn't. It just wasn't a good showing for a team that proved they were the best team in baseball all year long. It's just one of those things. I thought about it the next morning. It was just like, ugh.
Yeah, went out cold.
Sick.
It was. I hated to call it a pathetic display, but I had no choice.
It was.
Yeah, it was tough to watch, but at the same time, 6 straight division titles.
Yeah.
100+ wins. You expect them to kind of do it again next year.
Yeah, the whole lineup's coming back.
I think it's pretty obvious, though, that we have 2 glaring weaknesses right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully that can be addressed by Anthopoulos, Snicker, making the right decisions and stuff. But I watched Anthopoulos' press conference, Snicker's press conference, especially, post after the playoffs, and there's no answers right now. Everyone's still kind of in mourning. It's just
licking wounds.
This is not what we wanted. This is not what we expected to do. No. And at the end of the day, how can you make the team better while still keeping the core intact?
Tell me what you got, man.
It was tough, man. Coming into the postseason, we kind of knew that we was lacking pitching, starting pitching mostly. But to go out like we did, to have the season we had, the offense, and to not be able to hit, it was tough. I mean, Matt Olson had 4 singles.
Yeah.
I don't think we looking for Matt Olson to have singles.
No, led the league in homers or RBIs. The league. I mean,
it was tough. Ronald Acuna, he had 2 hits in 4 games. So,
to me, it just felt like the whole approach to the plate was even different.
Yeah, it was bad.
They were swinging at balls and things that they normally would be teeing off on, as far as when it comes in the zone or that whatever they're sitting on, whether it be fastballs or breaking balls. It was just one of those things. They were off balance.
Yeah.
And I hate to put it this way, and you said decisions by Snit. I feel like 1 and 3 were on him personally. As far as the lineup change in game 1.
You don't do that.
The lineup you had all year long. The lineup change in game 1, not starting Eddie Rosario 2 games. Game 3, even though Elder was pitching great and he got in some trouble, at that point I know you have somebody in the bullpen ready just in case something goes
right
left.
Away.
And so when he started to get in trouble, there was nobody warm.
Nobody.
There was nobody warm, so he had to fight it out. And also pitching to Bryce Harper. Why did it take you to game 4 to realize not to pitch to him at this point?
I think he should have had the approach that Thompson had with Suarez in game 1. As soon as he got in any type of trouble, you pulled him.
And Suarez was hot in game 1, but it was the right decision.
Yeah, so
it was the right decision. And honestly, to end it off, I didn't really feel like it was a pitching problem. We just couldn't put the bat on the ball, man.
Yeah, outside of game 3 when they put up 10, or game 2. Game 2, they scored 10.
Yeah.
The pitching was great, 1, 3, and 4, to be honest. Spencer only allowed 3 solo home runs. He was doing his thing, but you can't make up for the lack of bats.
No.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Nobody was leaning into one. Nobody was taking a walk. Nobody was trying to get on.
Your preseason pick was the only one that came to play, it looked like. Austin Riley. He was the only one that really somewhat made some noise in the series.
Acuna will probably get the MVP. Cy Young might go to Strider, but at the end of the
I
day,
don't think they want to get that to him just because
nobody really
it'll be
cares.
a clean sweep
Probably
across.
like-
But yeah, nobody
like-
cares.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, it'd be nice to have another MVP in a Braves uniform, but
Yeah, don't mean
it doesn't mean much, especially the way that he went out. I could see if he went out and swinging, couple homers, sold 4 or 5 bags, 5 or 6 hits in the series. I could see, you not feeling as bad, but just a sad overall performance.
Just to kind of piggyback off what you said about Eddie Rosario, I think Snick kind of killed his momentum the last month of the season. Like, he was hot going into September. All the platooning he was doing, you know, it kind of takes you out of a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love Kevin Pillar, but
Too much tinkering.
yeah, you know you're gonna
Overthinking.
need Eddie Rosario in the postseason.
You should know.
So we don't have Jock Peterson, who's a big part of why we won the World Series. Jorge Soler. So I mean, to me, to take him out of the lineup for 2 games and to lose those at bats
It's tough, man.
was tough, and to just bring him in cold and expect him to.
And I think some of it was trying to do the matchup with the righty lefty. I mean, I get it, man, but you haven't done that all year. Rosario was everyday starter for basically the entire season.
Yeah.
And to go on top of that, when you're in a pinch, he's very, very clutch hitter in most situations, and he's our best bad ball hitter. If anything's going left, if he can pop one, or golf one off the ground for a single, and get a spark going just like that, you need that kind of production in your lineup, man. And it just in general, the energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just don't understand the consistency that Snicker has always provided for the last 40 years that he's been with the franchise, and then all of a sudden. Yeah, I mean, because it does feel like a funeral, Mike. To be honest, we appreciate you.
Yeah,
but
man.
Everyone's kind of in mourning right now, and it's just like there's no answers. It's just we didn't expect to go out like this.
No,
you
it's
know?
very true.
We don't want to become the Yankees that have consecutive seasons of 100+ wins and get bounced in the first round. Like, that's not a good look at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, you're right, Mike. We will pick up the energy. We're going to move on. We appreciate you, sir.
This is true. So that's just
Yeah.
on the get it off my chest part. Now that we've
Braves
been able
season
to
will be back next
vent
year.
real quick and get that out the way just to show our disappointment. That's what it was. Now, to bring it all the way back around, still don't get it off my chest. I still want to shout out to all the athletes that are training for the Olympics coming up next year. For the basketball team, that is going to be nice, by
This
the way.
roster looks
It's going to
stacked.
be insane when you're talking.
You know, there'll be a couple of changes too because somebody's gonna tweak something or pull out at the end of the day. But like that roster looks.
Oh man, what? That's gonna be insane when you talking about all. That's what you want to happen when it comes to it, because that's what we showed in the FIBA tournament. Unacceptable.
Oh no, that's why they're doing it now.
Unacceptable. There's
Like-
no way.
It
Fourth
was like
place.
it was like the B team, man.
It was.
Yeah.
And you got Anthony. Now
you're being
the only
nice.
person from that squad I feel like can make it is Anthony
Man.
Edwards.
Yeah,
College Park's very young.
yeah. Very
You know what
young.
I'm saying?
He's
been balling.
he's turning into something special.
Very much so. And so I'll take him off that team, and everybody else I'm good, because at this point you got your boy Bam trying to come, Anthony Davis, Bron,
Embiid.
Embiid,
It's
yeah, now
stacked, man.
Embiid's in, Steph Curry. Then Booker said he's down. Jaylen Brown said he's down. You get Tatum, it's a wrap.
All the top guys.
That's what you should have.
Yeah.
It should be that way every Olympics. It shouldn't be a question. It shouldn't be a maybe. That's what it should be. And then the next time it comes around, Steph and LeBron, all them are going to be gone. But Tatum, Brown, all them boys, maybe even at that point, maybe Trae Young get in the mix. You can make some things happen.
Do you think it has something to do with the world champion comment about them winning finals and not being world champions
Of
from
course.
track guy?
Of course. Got something for that.
Yeah.
We got something for that. We got plenty to show you when it comes to that. So I'm excited for them. And Simone Biles is back. If you're switching over to the gymnastics side, she's back.
She just broke the record.
Yeah, man. And got more. And she has more to do before the Olympics even gets here. So I think
Yeah, was she only like 25?
Yes.
that's old for gymnastics age though.
Okay.
When she
but
won,
I
she was what,
guarantee-
19?
I guarantee physically she's probably still in her prime. So
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
the same way Phelps can, go get 5 medals for 4 different Olympics kind of thing. Like, expect her to hopefully do something similar, but
I agree.
she's already the GOAT, right?
Yeah. She's
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And one more thing before we get off my chest. Do y'all collect anything?
Used to.
What did you collect?
Well, I guess I can say hats now. I got a pretty,
I can-
I got a pretty decent hat
Yeah, I like
collection.
that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rich.
Shout out to Rich,
Shout
man.
out to
we
Rich.
Can get you, we can get you one of those. We can get you one of those. Shout out to Rich.
Since we're doing shout outs, Ryan, we miss you.
We do.
Obviously, you're coming up on something special.
Very
but,
much so.
If you were here, we'd do the whole RyanBeasley.com for most of your smell good needs. Promo code GHS10.
what it is.
RyanBeasley.com.
Shout out to Ryan. We will see you when you get back. No doubt about it. For me, I used to collect basketball cards heavy.
Tops.
Yes,
All day.
Upper Deck.
Yeah, of
all
course.
day long. Yeah. Also, I went through that phase right when it first started happening. When I was growing out of it, I collected Pokemon cards. So I actually have like the beginning set, like not all of them, but I got a lot of those, like the first original ones. Oh,
Yeah.
stashing those boys,
My brother had
stashing
those,
those boys, like straight up. And then keychains, man. I was a keychain guy. I don't know why. I still do.
Didn't see that one coming.
And as I got older, of course, shot glasses.
Fair.
It's pretty cool. What you got? You got something?
Yeah, I used to collect shoes.
You used to collect. You don't still collect them no more.
Nah, it's tough. My daughter's getting older and
Also.
she's getting into shoes, so it's kind of tough, buying
She
her
wants shoes. You got to catch up
getting
first.
me shoes. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
But like I was a tops guy, baseball,
Yep.
football, and basketball. But you go to the grocery store, they used to have them on the
Yep.
on the aisle going down.
Yep.
So yeah,
One of my most prized cards is I have some Jordan cards. So of course I have some Jordan cards, Upper Deck cards, but I also have a Shaq rookie card, hologram, Upper Deck, and it's pretty dope. I'm holding on to that one for sure.
got to.
If we're being honest, now that we're talking about collecting shit, I used to steal a lot as a kid. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm walking out of the Home Depot with like my uncle or my mom or somebody, and it's just for no reason. There's like this giant padlock on the outside of like the gate of Home Depot.
Yep.
Take it. Get back to the house. It's like, where did you get that? I was like, I don't know. Just and same thing.
Sticky fingers.
The cards. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it was just like something easy to do. And then by the time I realized what I was doing, I was like, all right, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. My bad. But like, literally checking out, walking out of the line, you got all the gum, all the candy,
Yeah.
all the cards, and it's just like, hey, look, a distraction.
What's that? Slip it right in.
Yeah, I don't know why,
Awesome.
but now I'm thinking about it because elementary school, middle school, like collecting stuff,
Yep.
Pogs, Pokemon cards.
Yep.
Growing up in Miami, it was a little different too because people did different stuff. But yeah, now thinking back about it, I was like, I guess I was like a klepto or just sticky fingers.
But yeah, basically what it sounds like.
Yeah, right.
What it sounds like. Well, that's what's up, man. Now we can transition off. We've done our baseball rant technically, but who y'all think winning the whole thing?
I did say Arizona would sweep the Dodgers.
Good call on
That was a
that.
good call.
I think Arizona is hotter than Philly, and I think we all kind of want to see Arizona get past Philly. To be honest,
That'd be
Yeah.
perfect.
Texas is getting back Scherzer. This is Houston's 7th consecutive CS.
Hey, listen, man. We can call them cheaters and all that. That's impressive, man.
It
With
is.
two different managers,
It is,
that's impressive.
Dominant.
It is, man.
but I don't want to see them in the World Series,
I don't.
Oh no.
so I'm going to
No.
Arizona, Texas.
Okay. I don't want to see them in the World Series, but I feel like it's gonna happen. If it doesn't, that means Texas is taking a real big step. Now, I know you remember this at the beginning of the season. We were having a conversation about it, and I was like, "Man, Texas spent all that money. They ain't gonna do nothing." And you were like, "No, man, watch them." And I must say, I told you if I'm wrong, I tell you. And I'm telling you on the air, I was wrong. You called it. Speak on it. What you got?
Yeah, man. I seen last year like Texas lost a lot of games because of pitching.
Yep.
And they went out and shored up some pitching. They got Nathan Eovaldi, Andrew Haney.
Yep.
So
Good veterans.
Got Jordan Montgomery at the deadline.
Yep.
That was a good pickup for
Scherzer
them
too.
Yeah, Scherzer.
Yep.
Got him late.
Corey Seager's balling.
Yeah,
They got a good lineup.
They do.
got a
Don't
great
sleep
lineup.
on that
Top
lineup.
to bottom,
They do.
righties and lefties.
They do.
They have a balanced lineup.
They do.
They hit for power and they can
Hit
hit
for
for
average,
average
too. Yep.
I would say they're probably the closest thing to the Braves lineup just in the AL.
Yeah.
Because 1 through 9, they're basically deep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why even though, like I say, I saw the lineup and things, and they made other moves as you just spoke on, but I just didn't see it at first. I thought it was going to be one of them Rangers years, and instead the Mets had the year that I thought they were going to have somewhat. And man, shout out to the Rangers, man. I don't have nothing against them. Nolan Ryan's old squad.
I love the Mets.
Like Harry said,
man,
I mean, nobody wants to see the Astros. I mean, as much as we can appreciate what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want to see the Rangers, and I don't want to see Philly go.
No, that would be definitely a series where everybody's like, okay, new squads. Who are these?
Yeah.
As far as nationally, when you're talking World Series, so that would be the ideal situation.
And then
for
that stadium, they got a pretty nice stadium in Texas.
Texas, yeah,
It's brand new.
Yeah, we played in it in COVID playoffs, so it's a nice stadium.
Cool.
I think they have the All-Star game next year too, in 2024.
Yeah, I think so.
That should be a spectacle in itself with a new stadium. You know what I mean? So, shout out to baseball season. For us, you technically done. I'll pay attention and keep up, but it is what it is.
Football time.
Football time, baby. All right, let's go. We got college. Let's go. College football. Yes, indeed. Go Noles, baby. Some interesting games this week. Interesting games, not for us. We should handle Syracuse very easily. Even we not want to overlook anybody, of course. But
first half is always our problem, especially at a noon game. They don't wake up. It's just like they're coming out flat.
Yep.
Third quarter, they start to turn it on, but it's never good. Like the Clemson game, a couple others, and it's just like, why is it 6-3 right now?
pick it up, man.
So
I'm out blasted.
Johnny Wilson will get some rest. Keon Coleman, Jaden Bell, Tuafili, everybody else, they'll carry the load. As long as they don't come out flat, though,
Oh, I agree.
I want to see the second team in the third quarter, to be honest.
That's fine with me. Let Jordan go ahead and get his numbers in real quick and go and have a seat, man.
Little 28-7 first half, and then put in the second string.
That's fine with me.
Right.
That's what it should look like.
Yep.
Right? Okay.
So, from a fan looking on the outside in, what do you think they can do to help Jordan Travis, have a quicker start, or just the offense in general?
You want to go first?
Yeah, good question. He loves the short game, so if he can start throwing into the flats, if he can incorporate the screen a little bit, once he gets to running and picking up first downs, he tends to get that mojo flowing. He can do really whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He just needs to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's doing too much, and it's like, bro, you just ran 60 yards from one side of the field to the other through every other lineman to gain 8. It's like, save your energy sometimes. They don't need to be like that,
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just next play. You can't. He holds the ball a little too long for me too. But
Agreed.
I think that's one of those things that, hey, get rid of it, man. To just keep him rolling. But to answer your question, I think the offense in general can get rolling more when we
Establish the run.
Yeah, I was going to say when we run the ball and can utilize that play action pass and get it to Coleman and guys like Wilson, and then even necessarily the tight ends too. When we really rolling, everybody touches it.
Yeah.
So that's really for me. Get that play action pass rolling by running the ball a bit more, because we have a stable of running backs like always. You give it to Big Benson, let him bang around for a little while. I like him as far as all three of them, but
look out for him.
Yeah, man.
He's gonna be a late first round pick.
yeah, man, and he's got that power with able to make people miss in space. So I like
He reminds me of Dalvin.
Yeah, he does. He does a little bit bigger, a little more stocky than me. It seems like he's a little more solid down low to me than Dalvin.
Yeah,
But
I think he would rather initiate contact where Dalvin had the speed to kind of break away from
right,
you.
and he gets you with
Benson's
that dead leg, and I'm out of there.
I want to give you one of these.
Mhm, exactly. More of a physical runner overall. Let's keep it moving. So Georgia has Vandy. That should be fine. The games of the week so far: Oregon and Washington.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a shootout.
What you got for that one?
Love to see Michael Penix light it up. I mean, I love to see him go out and have one of his games he's been having this year: 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. I mean, I like Washington at home. Washington have a great offensive line. I think Oregon will struggle because their offensive line is up and down. So on the road, Washington is a tough place to play.
It is.
So
Huskies definitely have a chance to win this game with it being they're 7-8, man. This is what you look for in college football. What you got for me?
I agree. I think it's going to be a little bit of a slow start, and then the offense will start to kind of pick it up. Oregon still has Lanning at the end of the day, so they'll probably get them going eventually defensive-wise. But might be, slow start after the first quarter, and then all of a sudden you're just going to see points on the board.
I feel the same way. I feel like it'll be a shootout. Bo Nix will have to show me a little something today.
Yeah, isn't this
Stetson Jr.?
Right, yeah.
Isn't this
basically
the battle of like 26-year-old quarterbacks?
something like that? It feels like it.
Yes.
Now, Oregon's front can cause some problems, even though you spoke on Washington's line.
Yeah, they have a great defense
Oregon's front is the difference. Shout out to Drew. I know he's hype right now.
Yeah.
But I think their front is going to be the difference in the game. If they can get pressure on Penix, and you know what I'm saying, that'll be a little bit of a difference. But he's talented, bro.
Yeah,
he's a very talented player. And your squad, you in college, you still roll with who?
Illinois?
You still with Georgia, right?
Georgia.
You still with
okay.
Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to make sure. I knew the Bears thing was the Bears thing.
Yeah,
but
that's just off track. That's
yeah,
wild.
that's the Bears thing. But when it comes to Georgia, Vandy shouldn't be an issue. They showed that they flexed the muscle last couple of weeks, really.
I think Georgia starts slow because Georgia tries to play old style Georgia. Like, to me, when Bobo figure out that you guys are a passing team now.
How do you feel about Mike Bobo coming back? Because I was a fan when he was here before.
I wasn't a fan of Bobo before, but I think he's doing better the last couple weeks because he's starting to realize like Carson Beck has a cannon.
Throw it.
And you have the best tight end, probably the best tight end prospect in the last
Since who?
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
Probably.
well, I mean, yeah.
He reminds me of a couple of different people. He's got a Jeremy Shockey vibe to him. I think Bobo is keeping it vanilla, though, to be honest. Like, he's starting to incorporate. He's realizing Beck's arm talent. He's trying to get everybody involved kind of thing. But it's like, no offense to the schedule, Vandy today.
Yeah.
If you're going against the Louisiana Monroes and
Yeah,
whatever else in the
should be able to
world,
run
it's
over.
just like, all right, well, maybe save it for the SEC championship,
Yeah.
but get through the season unscathed, healthy, get his little mojo going, and eventually you're going to see Bowers be that top 10 pick in the NFL. And
Possibly top 5, dog.
Yeah, I mean, if a team really needs a
It's
tight end like that.
possible.
But
Just as a weapon in general. If Pitts can go 4, he can definitely go top 5.
Yeah.
yeah, the only thing is the difference between Pitts and him is I feel like Pitts is, and I hate the word unicorn because it's
I get it.
overused.
It is.
But he's such a freak of an athlete that it's like there's no difference to lining him up in the slot at tight end as a receiver. But for Brock Bowers, it's like, yeah, I think he operates probably a little better out of the slot, but you don't see him lining out like.
So do you think Pitts is I guess lack of production the last couple of years will affect Brock Bowers' draft spot?
No, absolutely not. Just because he did something different in college, and you can answer it as well. But the misuse of Kyle Pitts
Yes, that's what I
is
think
the
it is.
unfortunate part.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The misuse of Kyle Pitts is very unfortunate. It makes you second guess that pick. I was still fine with the pick. And in that draft, technically, I wanted us to go Fields, but we went Pitts, and I was fine with it. But I think overall Bowers will not drop because of that. I feel like he, as an inline blocker as well, is better than Pitts.
he's
So
a great
you're
blocker.
getting
Oh yeah,
you're getting a lot more than just the receiving end.
Yeah.
And
I'll say a more athletic Chris Cooley for throwback name.
Ooh.
You know,
man, that was a dog right
Yeah.
there. I used to love me some Chris Cooley. Used to hurt my feelings in fantasy, but I love some Chris Cooley, man.
I wish they would bring back those fantasy files. You
Yeah,
remember those
like the
videos?
commercials?
Yeah.
Cooley punches through like drywall and catches a football.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a cool like hype for 2 weeks leading into fantasy
Was
football
it Jamal
season.
Charles? Or they had one when he threw it and ran and go catch
and
it,
yeah.
and then Vic had one when he was knocking people off their feet with the.
I think Andre Johnson put it in the jug machine and
Yeah.
launched it.
That's
and
what
they
it
ran
was.
after it.
Maybe that's what it was. I knew somebody did it.
Lawrence Maroney diving through like 2 open Escalade windows. I'm like, this is not getting safe now. But
That was
all right.
good stuff, man.
Yeah, you bringing up some tough names right now.
Hey man,
Maroney.
that was back in the day. That's the day when we were still
Minnesota
rolling with it.
legend.
Yeah, man. Hey, he was a dog in Minnesota. Lawrence Maroney was a dog. He was a first round pick from he was first round pick.
Decent in the league in the
He
early in
was.
his career.
He was, but that's that running back shelf again. You only get about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
when
that's
you
getting
like
worse now, man.
Yeah, man. They take a pounding, but if you watch every game, you need your running backs, man. That we've had the conversation, but you need them.
That's why every team is basically 3 deep at running back at this point.
Because you have to be able to control that clock, man.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to get ahead of the sticks. And if you can run it, it's a better chance to win the game, man.
Most definitely.
It's a better chance to win the game. Let's see what else we got college-wise that's looking pretty decent. Trying to pick me an upset out here. Maybe,
It's a light week.
yeah,
So,
maybe A&M can catch Tennessee, you think?
No.
Speaking of Tennessee, I want to
Have you
give a
seen
shout
who they
out.
beat
I
and
know.
who they lost to?
I know.
No.
That's why I'm
I
asking.
want to give a shout out to my boy Eric Berry, man. He's,
EB.
They retiring Eric Berry at Tennessee. He's going into the Tennessee Hall of Fame.
Good for him.
Yes,
So,
he is.
I played with Eric for 2 years at Creekside. You got some knowledge of that.
I
So,
do. We played against Eric. I did play against. Was that year? What year you came out?
I came out 05. I think
That's
he
right.
graduated
07. Yeah, we graduated the same year. That game, me and him were both captains that game.
Yeah.
And he was the offensive player of the year that year we graduated. We held him. He ran over 100 yards against everybody. He was playing both ways, playing safety and quarterback.
It was tough.
And we held him under 100 yards, but they beat us by 7 off of a blown gap assignment, off of a quarterback draw. I'll never forget it. Defensive tackle right beside me. I told him, don't rush up the field, dog. And he rushed up the field. He slid right past him,
right through him.
took off 25. I just looked at him like, I told you right before the play.
Yeah.
I did get a sack on Eric that game, toot my own horn, but at the same time,
My boy.
he was a good player, man. It was cool to watch him go to Tennessee and ball out, and then do the same thing in NFL. Yeah, congratulations to Eric. Big shout out.
Congratulations.
Big shout out to him for that. Let's see. Oh, the other top 25 game, USC Notre Dame in South Bend.
Did that kind of lose a little hype because of Notre Dame's loss?
Yes,
Lost a lot of hype.
but it's the USC at 10, Notre Dame 21. So
Still a rivalry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, USC's defense is very suspect.
Very.
So I'm thinking shootout with this one. If Notre Dame can control the clock, keep Taylor off the field, you never know what could happen. But he's incredible.
There's a stat coming in today. Listening to, I think it was 92.9. The SEC is.
We both came with 8 off the dome.
Yeah,
It
right.
was-
Not bad guess.
I kind of split it in half. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
me too.
Just in case.
Not a bad guess, but literally every year, basically, there's been
That's
some
wild.
sort of 5-0.
wild.
Yeah.
That's SEC for you.
Yeah, and it's only getting worse with Texas and Oklahoma.
Worse or
and-
better. What do you have?
Yeah, you know.
With that parity, I mean, it's probably not going to happen. 5-0 teams. I mean, if you starting off with a schedule maybe like Georgia,
Right.
yeah, it probably
Right.
can happen. But like if you facing those dogs up front,
It's tough,
I
man.
mean, that at the beginning of the schedule,
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get a loss in there. Like Alabama,
Yeah, they
played
did.
out of conference game a game against Texas, so that was a tough game for them.
Yeah.
But
It was. But, Texas got a good squad over there, man.
yeah,
Got a good squad. I hear the music.
Slowly getting piped in.
Yeah.
Seems to be about halftime.
Yeah.
Give a couple of shout outs on our way out for the first half. Once again, RyanBeasley.com for most of your smell good needs. Promo code GHS10. It's back. Been meaning to bring mine in as well. Special thank you to My Karma Creations for our Karma tumblers. Gary and I got a cool little, again, I always don't know what to call it, anime, little cartoon
it's
version.
dope.
You get it personalized. MyKarmaCreations.com. That's Karma with a K. Creations with
It
a K.
is.
Female owned and led empowered company. MyKarmaCreations.com.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Shout out to them. Guess we'll be back in a minute. It's a halftime show.
We'll be back for the second half. and gentlemen, we are back for the second half of episode 21 for the Gary and Harry Show. Special thank you to Cortez for being in the building today. We're
big
still
homie.
on. We're still on.
The Tommy one, the Power
Force.
the Tommy, Force.
Yep.
So it's a lot of action in
It
that
is. It is.
So it's a lot
But
going
it's Tommy
on.
though, man.
Yeah,
you
it's
gotta,
Tommy, so-
you gotta expect
So
that.
I would recommend that.
Somebody called him Tommy before. What? That makes no sense.
I gotta be honest. I'm thankful that I moved to Atlanta, be closer to my parents.
Yeah.